Blessings and welcome forward to Reasonings at the Tree of Life right here from my home in Gardentown, Penfish, Sugarloaf District. Yeah, right in the heart of Jamaica. It's such a pleasure to be back with you right here in Jerome Sage Butler. Please like and subscribe. It's indeed a good vibration. My current situation is as it is, so I'm just being very thankful to all who have helped to bring forward the message of Yahuwah. And we just want to say thanks to Celia Media, to Raman, and we continue forward to Brother Bob for such strength and care and, respect over the years. And for all of the Tree of Life people, we're still here, we're still family, we're still hanging together, and we're still being cool. And I'm still Jerome Sage Butler. This particular topic I want to bring to you is based upon, requests I've gotten from people previously to speak about a particular experience that they've been having or a way they've thought about relationships. And, I've had some experiences on the similar path, and I thought, okay, well, let's put it all together in a manner that, it's presentable. So we're going to talk about twin flames or soul twins. Now, when the first idea of soul twin and twin flame comes to us, when it came to me in the first essence, I thought to myself, well, this is a perfect or very nice way to describe human relationships. I think to myself, well, this is an actual way, to see how we are drawn together, like a twin, like, oh my God. I always said, well, I think I was split in two when I came from the astral plane, and then the other half is feminine. And so here I am looking for my feminine half to complete the whole of my existence. And I'm thinking that a lot of people have thought the same way about it, to the point where we begin to understand how this information comes together when people are beginning to write about soul twin flames. Now, let's get into the meat or the vegan of the matter. Now, every human being wants to find that perfect match, most intimately, most emotionally. And it is a deep search. It is deeply spiritual, it is deeply psychological. Now, the problem with that is, because there are problems with everything, and there are things that are good with everything. And one of the problems with having such a strong view of your mate and that intense desire to fulfill that is that a lot of times we miss the natural order of things, the natural way in which things arise, the natural way in which things flow. Now, God couldn't have been so beautiful and so great to create men and women and not have a natural way of bringing us together without all our desires, psychological viewpoints, expectations, etc., etc., etc. Now, the beauty about it is that when one finds this mate, and you can say, oh, there's a deep correlation between, me and you in the independence of our being and our existence and the coming together of that existence as a relationship, as a unit, or as a team. Now, the beauty of it is, when that is the case, sometimes people say, well, this is my soul twin, this is my twin flame. Let's examine the idea of twin flame. Well, twin flame suggests that they're like two halves of a whole. And the halves of the whole have been separated in the form of feminine and masculine. And that is an intense desire that really draws you together beyond experiences, beyond intellect, and beyond socialization. And the essence of it, it sounds amazingly potent and powerful and salient. That we are divided into two halves, and the magnetic and emotional pull, sexual and emotional pull brings us together as a unit. And then we say, hey, this is my twin flame. It's like we finish each other's conversation, each other's sentences. We complete the whole of the picture. The same as it relates to the essence of saying, well, here is my perfect mate, my soulmate. So it has a similar correlation, the idea of twin flames, soul twin, and the whole idea of soulmates. Like, hey, I found my soulmate. She completes me. And we see this as a design created by the Most High, being fulfilled through our intellect, our behavior, our lifestyle, our sexuality, right? So we search the cosmos, the physical environment for such a mate. Now, how does God approach the reality of the soulmate? Well, the word says don't be unequally yoked. The yoke is the union, right, between the high and the lower selves, right? How we as living beings are united in the kernel of existence beyond the shell of our beings, right? The outer forms are only manifestations of the divine. So how do we get to that? Because if we are assuming that she thinks like me, and as a woman, you're saying it acts in a manner that I think a husband or a mate ought to act in, It's like he feels me in such a deep and intense way that he looks into past experiences and it's like he was there. For men, it's like you say, she completes a part of me that I never thought could be completed, that I thought, oh my God, I had left this part of me alone, and here she comes and brings it alive. So we say to ourselves, oh my God, this is something intense and divine. So we hold to it. When it goes bad, we have an issue of soul tie, and how to break soul ties. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to the equally yoke. How does God approach the union of masculine and feminine? Number one, in all of my preamble, I have set out a clear direction of my thought. Our expectations, our desires, our belief systems are what is intensely involved in the attraction of this twin flame, the soul twin, because we are intensely believing that there's a certain way we are as a person, and there's a certain mate that ultimately fulfills who we are. And sometimes, and a lot of times, we are wrong. We are incorrect in our perceptions of who we are, and as such, the attraction or the twin flame, the soul twin, whether you say one is running away, one is pulling away, or one is drawing in, or one is pulling out, all of the issues that they say, that is the ups and downs of attraction. There is an intense imbalance because you're not being your true self. Hence, you cannot attract your true mate. Beyond design, beyond desire, beyond belief is the essence of being equally yoked. Hallelujah. It is something that is, hallelujah. It is something that is holy. It is something that is holy. Designed by the sacred. Yahuwah has put it into ordinance, into existence, just like the sun, moon, and stars, the vegetative universe, and the living beings, the human beings. It is natural. You cannot say to yourself when she will come, when he will come, when the moment will be best, most opportune for such a meeting. It is more than just a magnetic, attractive, and sexual pull. It is natural and divine. And as such, being your true self, being in tune with true existence, is the way in which you attract the true mate. Your faith, how you are as a living being, creates your reality. And when you are your true self, you attract the energy that is in sequence and in balance with that frequency you're orbiting and you're emitting. I was in a relationship quite recent, and I thought to myself this was like a soul twin, a twin flame, because lots of things that was hidden from the regular spiritual mind, she had privy to it. She was able to access it. She was able to tell me about it and look and had visions of my experience to come, and a lot played out to be true. So I said to myself, this must be a godsend. And there seems to be this intense balancing act that I thought, oh my God, this is the twin flame. But what was missing from it, and I ignored it, was the essence that every time it came to how my faith was being expressed, we had a clash. And I wasn't taking it seriously. Because in my idea of the twin flame, as it was introduced to me by a previous relationship, and I thought, okay, there are certain parameters that it orbits, right? That she would know without being told. So you have these belief systems, these expectations, and there are spiritual beings out there that are intensely sensitive. They're quite discerning, and they're able to pick up these things. So it's just like a man trying to charm a woman because he knows she loves to read particular, books on maybe anthropology of the African male, or the African existence, or the African presence in the modern world, that he placates himself as if he's such a mind too, right? He goes to those seminars, those conferences, and he appears as if, hey, he's into what she's into, right? He begins to have opinion or form opinion that seems to be based upon the experience in such information. And then she says, oh my God, there is indeed something about this person that suggests to me, this is my soulmate. So I had those issues with that relationship that I thought in intense manifestation that this was it. But the point is, the differential that in the end result, what proved to be the ultimate truth was that every time it approached the faith, the true faith, and how I expressed my faith, we had a clash. I asked her once, I said, sometimes I wonder, do we serve the same God? Though it is, she comes forward as a follower of Christ. But intense personal belief system one has and how one looks at oneself, there is a mold. Same as the twin flame, same as the soulmate. There is this mold of expectation of which we are expected to fill. And when we do not tick those boxes, then we are failing, and then we are absolutely rejected. And then this pushback begins to happen, and the relationship begins to go south. Now when this begins to happen, and when this began to happen in my case, I said to myself, what is the issue? The Spirit kept bringing me back to the point when we had that differential. When I said to myself, are we truly serving the same God? Because I wondered to myself that as the expression of the faith, she was pulling one direction, and when she was expressing, I was pulling another direction. There was not this family devotion. There wasn't this harmony that we could all invite the spirit of Israel, the spirit of Yah, in equanimity into our environment. It became a difficulty. So the union, the equally yoke, is bound up, is rooted, is grounded in Yah. It is grounded in the true nature of who you are, how you are. You cannot say idealism is the way to express true intimacy. Idealism sounds perfect, but does it fit the actual mold of existence in your case, in your event? Does it truly fulfill who you are? Are you these designed elements of human reality? Are you these personality traits? Are you truly just a unique creation, a divine example of Yahuwah in flesh? We must be our true self to attract our true mate. It is natural. The Lord, thy divine creator, has done his work, Ashur. Be yourself, and without expectation, without design, without desire, she will present herself. She will manifest in the experience. He will manifest. Maybe in case and in point, they are already there. And we were not noticing because of the designs, because of the belief system. These perfectly, seemingly, magnificent views of human attraction. It's wonderful to say, hey, I found my soulmate. It's a great arguing point, wouldn't you say? Like a man say, she is like everything I ever wanted, and yet more. What a bragging point. Amazingly, what a statement to make. Ladies, you make the statements. You say, other women of men of lesser man, of lesser quality. You have a king man. You have a royal man. Ultimate belief systems. Grandiose expectations. Are they truly reality? That's what we need to examine. So, this twin flame, soul twin, when it goes bad, you realize, oh my God, she's not the one. He's not the one. The one. You begin to try to break free. Take away yourself. You begin to free up the ties now. You say you want to loose up yourself. Maybe you start cheating. Maybe you start staying out later. But there's this bond that's bringing you home to her. In my case, I wasn't cheating. I was trying to do other things. But the bond was drawing me home. Then I went into my internal mind, hear me to myself. I said, well, this must be the issues of a true relationship. This must be the burdens we hold for the true soulmate. So difficult and suffering, I accepted it. I said this was what it is, what it takes. Striving so hard for the harmony, striving so hard for good moments. When they came, they went and never stayed. What stayed was the pain of the separation of the true soul from its true expression. The soul tie brings us together, binds us together. Breaking these soul ties because of these grandiose ideas of soul twin, twin flame, and soulmate. We have to return to the source. Actually, we have to return to Yahuwah. We have to return to the presence of the true self. There's nothing wrong with examining your true nature and admitting that you've been wrong in how you are. I'm not saying it's just wrong in a choice you've made for a mate, because you'll do it again. And sometimes you have had 4 of the archetypes of the similar style and way and being and behavior. It's like being with the same person in 4 or 5 different forms. So you will repeat if you do not truly examine the faults, the mistakes you've made, the misperceptions you've had of yourself, and how this misperception has led you then to look at yourself in a certain manner. And this certain manner that you've looked at yourself in has brought about a certain level of confusion. Because now you look at yourself and you say to yourself, this isn't the true me. Nothing is wrong with admitting that. Nothing is wrong with finding ways to get past that, to approach your true self by truly examining your worth, your value systems, the things you hold steadfastly, how you actually are, the ways in which you've expressed when you weren't trying to do that. Just your natural being, from you were a child, from you were young, how that being has grown, evolved into the mature male you are, into the maturing female you are, into this truly deeply expressive divine being you are. And there's nothing wrong with missing the mark, as long as you recognize and refocus. Pray to Yahuwah, seek that clearance, seek that renewal, so you can then get past, break free from those soul ties, from those expectations born in misperception, and come to your true nature, arrive at true self, being tuned with the cosmos, the living cosmos, wherein you can be who you are. And that person who likewise is in that magnetic pull will be drawn without design, without construction, just naturally drawn, naturally attracted, divinely attracted. And they will be without the mold. They will be formless, fitting all forms, adaptable and adjustable, innovative, present, growing together, evolving together. That's how friendships are born for lifetimes of good relationship. Examine your true friendships with the opposite sex. See how it is that this person has been truly caring for you, truly sharing with you. Find true equal yoke, where you don't have to have ideology, you don't have to have philosophy, you don't have to be the smart, well-informed creature or being. You will search your environment, you will search your existence, you will find her there, you will find him there, because they'll be present there. They'll always be present. You're always in the same alignment, in the same wavelength. When you flip, sometimes they flop. When they flop, sometimes you flip. When it's all on the right timing, you all gotta go. And it sticks, and it stays. Because, hallelujah, it is without effort. Effortless. The things of life will require great effort. And together, we'll fashion an understanding, overstanding, that values, that creates values, that express value. Together, you will express your true natures. Complementary. It will be harmonious. And together, you will have offsprings that truly express the balance of your beings. Yah will be in the mix. Yah will be present. And yes, you will be proud to say, this is my wife. This is my husband. This is my present. This is our future. It's a blessed joy when we can find such true alignment without searching, because we are being our true being. We are being our true selves. So this is towards being your true selves, your true nature. Return to your first love. Return to the heart, the cradle of your existence. Return to the innocence of your soul. Return to Yahuwah. Return inward. Express outward your true being. Look and see if all won't resonate that true being, that true presence. And she will be the blessing of your heart. Proverbs 31. And ladies, he will be the king, the prince, the true honorable, true servant. It will be perfectly, equally yoked. Yah in the midst of all things. Glory be to divine Elohim, Jehoshua, divine Yahuwah. This has been Jerome Sage Butler. Reasonings at the Tree of Life. My second video on my new platform, Jerome Sage Butler, on YouTube. Follow me, Jerome Sage Butler, on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Like and subscribe on this new YouTube channel. Continue sharing the videos. Thank you for being the awesome gift you have been, for supporting me so much, for your kindness, for the outpouring of support. I'm awesomely blessed by it. Hallelujah. I'm so thankful. Blessings, lots of love. Remember that you're a gift to yourself, to your environment. Continue to be this awesome, magnificent, wonderful gift of creation. Blessings and love.